In 1401, the city council and the deans of the Cathedral of Barcelona founded the Hospital de la Santa Creu. The hospital took care of orphans, the sick, the disabled, and the demented. Between 1401 and 1906, its ward for the mentally insane took care of about 10,000 people. In the first half of the 19th century, citizens and doctors prayed for a full reform of the mental wards, where inmates were kept in cages or chained to the walls. In 1854, the Hospital Board of Trustees decided to build a new psychiatric asylum outside the city. In 1859, Dr. Emili P. i Molist and the architect Josep Oriol i Bernadet drew up the technical project. Work on the new asylum began in 1885, shortly before the World Exhibition in Barcelona. It was completed in 1915. The Manicomi de la Santa Creu was one of the most perfect examples of moral psychiatric architecture in Europe. The new institution was a private hospital that also admitted the insane from public institutions. The asylum was surrounded by a 300-acre rural estate dedicated to agriculture and cattle farming, 6 kilometers from the city of Barcelona. Crops, vines, orchards and grazing land stretched to the peak of Collserola. Cows, sheep and poultry provided the asylum with milk, eggs and meat. The work of the mental patients, farmhands and monks produced vegetables, cereals and wine. The Santa Cruz farm was made up of 4 individual properties: Can Ensenya, Can Claramunt, Can Sant Genís and Can Masdeu. In the Roaring Twenties, in an attempt to disguise the bad reputation that these institutions had among the townspeople, the physicians decided to change the name of the institution to Institut Mental de la Santa Creu.
Grupos de gentes, carne proletaria, al margen de la acción revolucionaria, presencian asombradas las heroicas gestas que abre una ancha perspectiva, amplio horizonte a la España futura. Pero el pueblo, del que es símbolo magnífico este guerrillero libertario, vigila con gesto sobrio y mirada de joven aguilucho para no dejarse sorprender por el fascismo.
¡Compañero! ¡Atención! El primero que se le ve asomar por las ventanas, ¡fuego sobre él!
Desde el manicomio de Santa Eulalia se disparó contra los milicianos. Entre los locos allí recluidos se ocultaron los criminales. Dice la voz popular que eran 2 sacerdotes y un fascista. Pudieron ser cazados como bestias feroces, pero el pueblo, por respeto a los orates allí recluidos, por no alarmar a ese trozo de la humanidad azotada por la locura, renunciaron a esa caza a través de las celdas del manicomio.
Y este manicomio está con...
Sin embargo, los milicianos reprimieron enérgicamente cuanto representaba el fascismo clerical, y ante la misma puerta de la casa de Orates se le prendió fuego para que en sus cenizas quedara castigada la cobarde actitud de los que no respetaron el triste reino de la locura.
Obrer del ram de l'aigua desitja ocupar alguna de les places vacants de sereno de l'Institut Mental d'Harmonia del Palomar, que resten desateses per la incorporació a fila dels seus titulars i que interinament han de cobrir-se amb ciutadans que no estiguin, de moment, subjectes a l'obligació militar. I demano que m'atenguin en atenció als meus antecedents republicans i antifeixistes.
Tinc dues filles menors d'edat i el fill que tinc de 22 anys està lluitant al front de l'est i no tenint cap altra remuneració, per ser vídua em veig obligada a suplicar que es vulgui atendre al meu prec, el qual es converteix en demanar ser col·locada com a infermera d'un hospital o casa de curació o bé en un lloc adient.
El Departamento Nacional de Cinematografía, que oportunamente presentó al público el noticiario de la liberación de Barcelona, no quiere dejar inédito aspecto alguno del histórico acontecimiento. El general Yagüe vitoreado por la población de Barcelona.
After the Spanish Civil War, the hospital fell into decay, and the living conditions of the inmates deteriorated. Private clients deserted. The religious administrators regulated the inmates' lives. In the late 1950s, the Board of Trustees sold the rural estate to build the working-class suburbs in north-eastern Barcelona. After the demolition of the men's wards in 1971, the administrators wanted to close the asylum. To avoid social conflicts, the administrators engaged full-time health professionals and doctors. The reform took place in the political context of the death throes of Francoism. They changed the inmates' everyday life. After decades of custodialism, most of the inmates were more than 50 years old, which put limits on their rehabilitation and reinsertion into society. The old routines disappeared and new therapeutic projects were implemented. Sports, occupational therapy, and new forms of social life spread all over the institution.
Història certa dels set cels, set paradisos màgics i encantats. Història certa dels set cels, set nius de pau, de glòria i de felicitat. Set nius de pau, de glòria i de felicitat. Set nius de pau, de glòria i de felicitat. El primer cel és inventat, el primer gran invent de la terrestritat. I el segon cel imaginat en una nit d'estiu a la vora del mar, en una nit d'estiu a la vora del mar, en una nit d'estiu a la vora del mar.
After Franco's death, the institution was decrepit and impoverished. Despite the changes implemented in caring practices, the building was regarded as an urban sore by the authorities. The social conflicts in the asylum and the union's struggle against the administration meant that the asylum was constantly in the public eye. And in 1986, the year in which the city of Barcelona was adjudicated the Olympic Games, it was closed down. The 220 inmates who were still there were sent to other institutions outside the city or supervised flats. For some years, the building housed a day centre for local people with mental problems. Until they were finally moved to another building where the task of caring for them continues to this day. What remained of the Mental Institute was converted by the City Council into the headquarters of the Nou Barris district. What remained of the estate is now a public park.